Tel Staffing and HR, in conjunction with PatriotTV.live, bring you Play Harder Radio, the premier patriotic sports and BS talk show from America's Gulf Coast. Things that matter in the world of sports and things that don't matter to anyone. It's just Faja's opinion. Where the F-bomb is allowed, but frowned upon. This is Play Harder Radio. And now, your host, James Grant.
Gives us due process. It guarantees us equal protection under the laws. So why in the world are the unvaccinated being treated differently than the vaccinated? It is the new segregation. It is the new discrimination. And we have to stop it. Government for the people, by the people, will not be destroyed. We have to recognize our power. We are magistrates. What is happening here today, what is happening around our state and in our city, is people are invoking the doctrine of the lesser magistrates. And most of you probably don't even understand what that is. And don't even understand what I'm talking about. Well, the doctrine of the lesser magistrates is the doctrine upon which this country was founded. It is the basis of the 10th Amendment, which says that any authority that is not given to the federal government is reserved to the states. And if our local leaders fail to protect its citizens and fail to step between a tyrannical federal government and its citizens, fails to protect the rights of its citizens, then those rights and authority is extended and given to the people.
Preach it, sister.
We the people is how the Constitution starts. A magistrate is a person that operates under authority. They have power. There are higher magistrates and there are lesser magistrates. The founding fathers of this country understood that there's going to come a point in time where the federal government will need to be checked. If not, they will become tyrants. And that is what's happening now. So, the Declaration of Independence says that everyone, by virtue of being a human being, has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The federal government, too, the federal government, their purpose is to protect the rights of those citizens, the rights of us to our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The third point of that document is if they fail to protect its citizens and enforce those rights, the citizens are...
Heck, there we go. That was it.
The citizens, what? That was it?
That's where you had me stop it last time, apparently.
No, it wasn't. You screwed it up.
Who am I listening to?
Oh, my Lord. I wish I knew her name. I would like to nominate... Now, she is a black woman. She is an attorney. Are you getting my drift?
I do. I like it.
What are you saying? What do you think I'm saying? Supreme Court!
Well, I think that's taken. I think we missed
she hasn't been confirmed.
Is she a woman?
Oh, are you kidding me? Dude, this is such theater that we're watching right now. I'm so sick of these people prancing around the TV acting like they're going to make him. It's such a waste of time. Put her on the court. Let's move along. I mean, Ted Cruz can shut up. I love everything they say, but I love everything they say all the time, and it makes no difference. Why are we wasting our time?
You mean grilling her?
These worthless confirmation hearings. We all know how this ends. We all know she's going to be a justice for life. I mean, give me a break. We can talk all day about how she answers bad questions or questions poorly, but she's going to be on the court. I mean,
we are going to talk about it.
I know.
But you know what? And, I'm sure I'll get some grief and whatever. We're going to come back to her. But watching her answer some of these questions and such, she's an idiot.
I agree. I'm not arguing with any of this, and I'm sure I'm going to agree with you on probably every point you make about her, because there's so much content there. But I'm just sick of this crap, And then I've got to listen to the Democrats preen about how hostile we've been to her after they said Kavanaugh's running rape trains on everybody and destroys his whole family.
You know what? That's why.
By the way, Greg is on with us, and he is muted, but he's probably not talking right now because he doesn't think it's he's supposed to yet. But Kellie also jumped in, but she's not showing up now, so she might hop in at any minute, which she just did. So Kellie is on also. Hey, Kellie.
I'm having technical difficulties because my laptop isn't working.
Hey,
Okay.
Kellie.
So,
Everybody's got a story.
and I'm not finding you guys on Facebook.
Well, I'm looking
I'm
at
watching
Patriot
it on
Live, and
Facebook.
we're on Patriot Live streaming right
I'm
now.
watching it on Facebook.
Which I thought we were recording this whole thing, so gosh, I just wasn't
we
ready.
are. And I'm watching it on Facebook. So
Well, I don't see how you are. I'm trying
Just
to
like
watch it and
last
it's not on here.
Okay. Well,
hey, Kel, what's up, girl?
Well, it's a fun, different time. It's throwing me off.
Hey,
Whoops.
you sent Todd Todd. Pat.
Funny, that's funny.
Pat.
We just had this conversation.
Pat.
What?
You sent Pat a picture of
Froz
yourself
is in
because
love
he
with
asked
me.
you for a picture. And
That was last week.
Well, I just got it because I hate
you know
Facebook.
what? Did I attach a time frame to it?
maybe.
You're a little defensive,
Oh,
James.
I'm ready to go. I'll go 1 on 3 this week.
Well, you better put some cash in that jar.
You're never right.
I will-
so
you know what?
Shut up.
What'd
You know what?
What'd you say? He's never right.
and I happen to know this for a fact that Greg will be on my side.
Well, because
No,
I
you
mean,
will not.
I happen to know
not.
that Greg will be on my side.
so you're going 1 on 4, is what you're
Greg
ready, and
knows what's
you're
good
hoping
for
for
him.
Greg to jump in because Greg looks like he can hang.
I know he can hang. Greg, I hope you're drinking.
And-
You are so much fun.
No, I'm drinking water today.
Oh my lord,
All
you
water.
were fun.
Oh, okay, gotta
Water.
go. Bye, bad connection. Why isn't Kellie on my screen? Come on, do I have to bring up the
I
picture?
can't even get this to come up on my screen either. I don't know what's going on.
I see you way up there, but why am I'm so confused.
Oh my.
Pat, do you like my shirt?
I do. You look very professional. It's kind of scary, actually. But I found out that you're going to be an elk.
Mofo can dress up now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously, you're
Do I
good
need to
at-
button
you're-
this button or can I leave it unbuttoned?
I'd leave it unbuttoned, but
think
you really need a tie to complete
I've got a
the
tie
ensemble.
right there
Oh.
on that chair.
Now, I mean, is an elk going to take you as you are? Because you're probably overdressed for an elk.
Greg,
Yeah.
I think you will find this funny. Being the gay conservative on the show, the unicorn, which doesn't exist.
Possibly the only one in Chicago area.
My brother always, whenever we start to get to drinking or whatever, and I get full of whatever myself with this or that or whatever, he always likes to bring up the fact that more guys hit on me than women.
Wow.
I'm like, what? Why? He goes, it's true.
Kellie, you're muted, by the way.
Yeah, because I'm sure you got something to say. Tell us why
Yeah.
everyone thinks Jim's gay, too.
Greg, you
Yes,
look
I was
good,
dying
dude.
laughing.
Yeah, I saw you laughing, but nothing was coming
She
out.
had
so
to mute herself.
Greg, you son of a bitch. You're trying to steal the show. Look at that background and everything.
I know it's awesome.
Well,
Oh, there we go.
with everything going on,
I got Greg
geez,
and Kellie now.
gotta flaunt the flag and the eagle there.
I love it.
Oh dear.
Dude, you look good.
I know.
What the hell?
What'd you get, a head trimmer or something? I mean,
I know, I'm as bald as that bald eagle right there, right?
I think the Eagles winning.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know we have bald eagles out at Tiger Point?
I do. I've seen several.
It's awesome, right?
I know.
We have them
it
around
is.
our house too. They're beautiful.
And you watch them catch a fish. It's the most amazing balancing act I've ever seen in my life. They carry it, parallel to the earth.
Have you seen that video
guess
recently?
that doesn't make
You
sense.
don't really get on social media. So, like on Instagram, they have nature is metal and predator vids and stuff, and they have a lot.
I don't like those.
I love them.
No, not Predator.
Somebody just texted me. You in the chat? Is that who's 214-326?
Dead silence.
yeah, nobody's answering.
Okay,
I
nobody.
don't know what
here.
that means.
I think we're off the air.
4454.
Do you mean in
You just
the
making up numbers?
Facebook chat or in the?
I don't know what they mean. Which chat they mean in the
okay.
Facebook or in the.
But if it's a number, it's on Patriot.
A phone number?
Okay, I got. Well, yeah, 305.
Mark is watching. See, Mark watches during the day, but not at night.
Well, yeah,
I know he
he's busy
does.
smoking a cigar.
I know he does. Is he a cigar guy?
Yes, big cigar guy.
Why don't you and your sister stay home and send Mark down?
Why don't you shut up?
See, Greg,
Whoa.
Greg, did you have to put up with this crap when you were growing up with her?
No. We
Yeah.
had an awesome time.
Okay.
I think you.
Let's do the little. We got a couple of segments. Pat had a great idea because he happens to. I think it was a genius name, and he happens to like it. And she is such a word salad smith, Kamalala Ding Dong, that we're going to have a show, a segment every week, a Sleepy Joe Kamalala Ding Dong segment,
Yikes.
where we can make fun of those two fools. But first, I have to get out of the way my LeBron segment, and I've got a perfect video. It's my favorite LeBron video that I've ever seen. So
Is it really real or is it made up?
Yeah, it's real. You can see it bounce off his head and his hand try to catch
Okay,
it.
I hope it is. I really hope it is.
And who cares?
Okay, well, you're
Real
gonna
is
have
in the
to-
mind of the receiver.
All right, I'm getting in the Patriot TV chat, whoever's bitching at me.
And I think they called me a pedophile. I'm not sure.
All right. I wonder, okay, hang on. I wonder if that's Scott.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say it could be Scott.
Is this MAGA beard that you're reading, or am I not?
You know
not
what?
To the minute.
I don't know why my damn thing isn't connecting. Okay, hang on
No,
a second.
Scott was 3-3. This is current events right here.
I'm here.
Too sexy for my.
All right, I'm in there. Have we got LeBron ready?
Almost. Hold on. I'm trying
And
to
is
get
it-
I sent
this.
Is
you
it
3
MAGA?
videos in the last hour, Todd.
Oh, you did?
Todd.
Is MAGA beard talking about who's on his right or my right?
Oh, Kenny.
a pedophile.
My boy Kenny.
Oh, hey Kenny, am I the pedophile or is he?
So there's your LeBron.
Okay, wait, tell me when you're getting ready to
Oh,
play.
it's playing.
Oh, can everybody see the LeBron video?
That's so good.
It is so awesome. I watched that for 3.5 hours yesterday.
Oh my God, on repeat?
My daughter had a issue with her, a medical issue that she had to go to the hospital, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm watching a LeBron video.
Who needs Netflix?
And-
It's really a 3-second video, and you did it.
Yeah, it's a 3-second video
3
that I
million
watched
times.
on loop for 3.5 hours.
That is precious.
Is that beautiful or
It
what?
really is.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that he could hit him that hard, but I mean, because he's kind of a blockhead. He's got a giant skull.
Okay,
He's an idiot.
Kenny.
But yeah,
Kenny paid.
yeah, giant skull full of mashed
Hang on a
potatoes.
second. Kenny just paid 50 Apple.
Oh, okay. Now I get it, Kenny.
Oh, yes.
I thought you were calling me a pedophile.
Yeah, the Republicans that vote for Ketanji.
Yeah, they want her to be KBJ as if like as an RGB, you know.
As LBJ. She's
no, what was
HIJKL.
Who was
I agree, Kenny.
Boehner Ginsburg? I mean, RBG.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they want
Ruth
to.
RBG.
Yeah,
right.
because she's kind
She's
of
going to be KBJ.
such a waste of time.
Is
man.
that KBJ stand for Ketanji Black Justice?
Yes, it does. And I mean, I can
I
name
think it's
the.
Brown Jackson.
I can name
Kellie
the
takes
Republican
it serious.
pedophiles that are going to vote for.
Kelly takes me serious.
Well, you come across. It's probably the shirt.
What does paid 50
Yeah.
Apple mean?
He had to pay to call us a pedophile.
I don't know.
That looks.
Maybe he
It's
paid
got
his
it.
fee.
The apples.
Oh, he got a subscription on that Patriot.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Do
sweet.
you know, like Paul Ryan came out of retirement, not retirement, working for the Chinese. He came out to freaking defend KBJ.
He was the one that got her on
Paul
the judge
Ryan?
originally.
really?
He was the one that got her. They're related somehow.
So killer blowjob probably
Wait.
doesn't work, does it?
Paul Ryan and KBJ and the Black Justice?
Yeah, they're related somehow. He got her on the original, on her, previous judgeship.
That doesn't surprise me. And Mittens, of course, has come out
Wow.
and yelled at people for asking questions.
Did you quit playing the LeBron thing? We were going to let it play the whole show.
Oh, I didn't know
No,
that.
just kidding.
Yeah, we don't want that.
All right.
You can't because I sent video clips.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, dear.
Todd's trying to
We'll
catch
make
up.
sure that yours. Oh, you know what? You know what? Todd, you need to go back to trash because I thought that you were sending the same things that you had sent me, the full length ones.
No, I sent you clips that I cropped myself.
Oh, well.
So they're in the trash now.
So Kenny just
Oh, my
gave you money,
goodness.
basically. He gave you 50 apples. What's that mean?
That's cool.
Yeah. Do I
That's the
get-
new wallet function. Your users can buy apples and give to your show.
Do I get
That
10?
is sweet.
Can I get 10 apples, or do we just put it in the
You
curse
can buy
jar?
'em.
Do I put it in the curse jar for?
You'll have to go on here and
Because I
figure
heard
out
you were
how
ready
buy
to
'em.
take on everybody on the show, so you're going to probably cuss a little.
Kenny's the man. He's in the state where everything's bigger. Well, most things are bigger.
Texas?
Beardo said most things in Texas are bigger.
Well, and I agree with that, frankly. And I'm
But
glad he wasn't calling me a pedophile, because that was starting us off
let's
on the
do
wrong
the.
foot.
Are you set up for the circus?
know what BBI.
Circus. I don't know what you're referring to. Are you
I
ta-
gave you the notes,
hearings.
right?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
yeah.
circus.
Yeah, no kidding.
The
God.
clown
The
show.
Sleepy
Oh,
Joe,
the-
Kamalala
the
Ding
music.
Dong segment. The circus music.
That's what he was singing when I walked in the studio.
Is that what you want to hear?
Yep. A
As
little
long as you
louder.
got the videos ready.
Well, I've got the Kamala one.
Well, we
here.
were going to do Sleepy Joe first, but she'll be fine. So go with her and cut the music.
Oh, my God. She is so clown.
Okay, so here is. Wait. Before I do that, cancel.
And go.
Jeez. Wait a second.
And,
This is short too, isn't it?
Yes.
and-
Wait a second. We lost Kelly.
But you could
She'll
put
be
her.
back.
You could put
Well,
her on
it
a
screwed
loop.
up
It's
my
so bad.
whole layout of the windows.
I got Kelly
Anyway,
still. Oh,
No.
I'm a little behind the time.
Yeah.
And talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time.
Never gets old.
So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
So I'm thinking.
And
listen to that again.
talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Okay. And
somebody-
I'm bringing Kelly back in apparently.
Go, Pat.
I have a question, Jim. What is the significance of the passage of time?
Well, she never really got to what is the significance to the passage of time. She just mentioned
It's six
that
times
there
in a row.
is that it is significant, the
So
passage of time.
I gotta know where that was going.
Greg, did you figure out where she was going with that?
It feels significant. I mean, the passage
No
of time
way.
is a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal. Because 3 years from now, we'll never have to hear from her again. But until that time, we might have to figure out the significance of
And
time now.
talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Lord, shoot
I think
me.
I think she's high. I think she's high. As-
I think she's
oh, we
just,
lost Kelly again.
I just
What
think
the hell?
she's dumb. She is just dumb.
I think she is.
I mean, and I think, somebody said
Oh,
on
and
a
she's
show
back.
I'm watching,
Good
they-
to see you again, Kelly.
she-
Somebody
She's-
keeps calling my phone.
Oh, okay.
she's so
Do not
exposed.
disturb.
She's so exposed
I
now, and she's getting
don't
interviewed so
disturb.
often now that she can no longer hide her dumb. The
Right.
dumb is on display, and I think we're just now seeing who she's always been.
Oh, I think so.
I hate her hackle of laughing. What is
Oh,
that?
my
It's like
gosh.
like a chicken laugh or something. It's just disgusting.
It totally
Greg,
is. It makes me miss
I,
Hillary's.
I was trying to find clips on her for this segment for, upcoming and such. And I found one when she was on Colbert back during I think when, I don't even know if she had announced if it was before when she was just a senator, if she even was running yet or not.
Oh, she had to run for
But
something?
she was cackling. She is just a cackling fool.
Oh, she was in she was in Poland or something laughing about their fate. she does it, that's uncomfortable laugh at the totally
Did you
wrong
see
time.
where somebody asked a question about how long in the United States are we going to have to, do people need to be concerned about this inflation and the rising prices and the gas prices and all that. And she kind of
Yes.
looks over to the Polish president,
Yeah,
right?
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, and then she's kind of like,
She laughs because she doesn't know what the hell to say.
Yeah, where's Poland?
you know why? Because she's a retard.
Yes. Well, don't insult
yeah.
retards.
R-U-H. That's
Yeah,
R-U-H.
Oh, there's two spellings?
This is the hangover spelling.
Okay.
Because the hangover made it politically correct. Yeah, no, a retard.
I watched The Hangover, but I don't remember that part.
What?
But I like it. I support you completely.
Maybe we should just watch the hangover for a show
That
one
would be
time.
so good, because, man, you are just putting me back into the political shit spiral I'd pulled myself out of last year.
You know what we could do is, like, you remember Mystery Science Theater 3000?
That's your age. I'm younger than
Greg
you.
remembers.
I do.
Yeah.
Todd remembers.
I like it.
Where
Is
they
that
just
black
show
and
the
white?
silhouettes and they're just cracking on the movie that they're watching.
I love that, actually. Let's do it,
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
because I'm sick of being pissed.
All right, you have the Joe Biden clip ready?
No, actually, I was working on
Just-
getting these nurses clips that
Just when
Kelly
you-
sent.
Just when you can't think
but-
Joe's any dumber.
So is the Joe Biden in?
That would be part of the
emails that
Sleepy
are
Joe
open?
Kamala. No, it's in the YouTube.
right.
Did you
tab.
make a Kamalama Ding
Biden
Dong
folds
folder?
under pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that name.
I know, it is great. I probably
Oh my
misspelled it the
God.
first time.
Wait a minute. What is it?
Kamalama Ding Dong.
.com.
I was driving 65 miles an hour the other day texting you because I'm listening to the Glenn Beck show, and I'm texting you all the funny sound bites I'm listening to, and to try to text Kamalama Ding Dong is not easy.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
It's just wanting to spell check to all kinds of weird things.
As he said, he was doing it before he hit the ground floor. Remember what he said? He said, I'm going to take on those rapist Mexicans. Then he claimed, no, there's never been a president.
That's a lie, Joe.
Never been a president.
That's a lie.
Oh, it is a lie.
Yeah. And it was your son in the Ukraine. All right.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
You can tell they're nervous.
You're
He
the
starts
one that offered
yelling.
to withhold $1 billion. The Council of Foreign Relations.
This is a Biden rally.
Quid
too.
pro Joe. Quid
Is that what
pro
they're saying?
Joe.
I was wondering.
I tell you what, man.
F. Joe Biden.
FJ Biden, love it.
That is so insane.
In Trump Towers, he said he was doing it before he
Is
hit
that
the ground
awesome or
floor.
what?
It really is. It
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
So my point being, at his rallies, people were FJBing him
Right.
and quid pro quoing him, and he
Yes.
still
Well, he never
got 81 million votes.
He never had a rally in his basement. The geese were saying F. Joe Biden in the background of his basement videos.
Right.
And the rats.
81 million, yeah.
Right?
We were talking about this today, and I was telling you that, the 81 million, the whole voter fraud thing just pisses me off because I know how it's going to end, too, just like the confirmation hearings. And they just showed some video yesterday, I think, that I saw, where there's 2,000 trips to the vote drop box by one vehicle. 2,000 that they have on video.
By one vehicle,
Right, one vehicle.
one cat.
Yes, one person voted that many times for, obviously, Joe Biden.
I'm sure that you didn't see this video because I sent it to you in either Messenger or Instagram, but there's a new video out that somebody sent me about how Congress or somebody passed a thing for the election of this year that the post office did not have to keep their files only for 30 days in November of 2020 because it's normally 6 years.
Right.
So they passed it that they only had to keep it for 30 days, and then after the election, they put it back to 6 years.
No, I mean, they're trying to enact all this stuff again for this election, too, because they know it's even going to be a bigger
Oh my
landslide than the
gosh.
one we allegedly lost the last time. But it just infuriates me. That's the story I've dug into the least because, again, it's never going to lead to anything. It's not like they're going to say, okay, well, we've proven fraud. Congratulations, Donald Trump. You're now the president.
Right. That's not going to happen.
It's kind of like a congressional investigation. We investigate everything to no conclusion ever.
Right.
That's what everything is.
Yeah. Lindsey Grahamnesty was, talking about all the different things she was going to investigate and how Trump's right, Trump's this, and everything has a thing. And as soon as Biden was, quote, elected, his fraudulency, he now hates Trump and doesn't believe any of this ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all just turncoats.
They just talk to nothing, to no end.
Backstabbing turncoats.
Yes.
Yep.
Kelly Douglas
talk, no
Bowling
action.
has us on Facebook.
Who does?
KDB.
What?
Yeah.
KDB. Another Kelly.
What's that mean? Okay.
Kelly Douglas Bowling.
Oh, yes, Kelly, yes. I'm
Do you
trying
get-
to find where I sent you this.
Let's get through we can get to Katanji, and then we got to get to Nurse Jackie and to Glenn Beck. But I found it interesting. We've got all this transgender athlete shit going on, right?
Yeah, that's a bunch of crap.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it, Greg?
It's awful. It's like, really, I mean, a guy wins that swim thing? I mean, that's bull.
Did you see that picture, Greg, about with him standing next to the other hers? I mean, he's a giant with a nice
It's like
package.
Jolly Green Giant.
But I heard DeSantis gave it to the runner-up.
Yeah, he
did.
acknowledged the number 2 finisher as the champion, and they're just having a shit fit about that.
Oh, of course.
Out there in the media and
But
stuff.
that doesn't fix it with the NCAA just because Ron DeSantis gave it to her.
No, it doesn't. They are ruining womanhood. I mean, I hate to make it that broad. Get it? But I hate to make it that broad, but they're absolutely ruining
it now.
everything it is
Well, that's
to
just so
be a
broad.
woman.
But not, I mean,
birthing person.
It is broad, but not Stacey Abrams broad.
Yes.
Well, but here's the real
Mix in a
crap.
salad.
I mean, how long did women fight to be able to play certain sports? How long did they fight to get their own sports? How long did they fight to do this and do that? And now they're just letting men take over.
Well, good
What
game.
they fought for with no fight at all. Because it's politically incorrect.
Wah, 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 just like girls do.
So the best female swimmer is a male. So I think we should be excited about it. It's just another thing for men.
See, I think we need transgender sports where they all compete against each other. I mean,
Right.
Yes, exactly. I agree with that. Kind of like the handicap. They have the Special Olympics. They have their own thing.
right.
I agree.
Did you hear what they're doing in Ukraine? They're like turning them back at the border. There's men that are identifying as women are being told to go back and fight.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not.
Yeah, they're not letting them
Wow.
leave.
Good.
Kelly just said she's been called a bigot for that, for saying.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah.
But you know what? I wish somebody would call me a bigot for it,
Yeah.
because they won't call me.
I don't know your position. Please define. Get your
I'm
dollar
not very
out.
politically correct when I talk about it.
Yeah, I know. Well, but the funny thing is, almost everyone feels the same way.
Everybody, 90. How high do you think it is? 95
Everyone
plus,
but
plus, plus what?
what's his face?
So this is an interesting story. I have Penn is in Philadelphia, University of Pennsylvania, where Leah
Laya.
Yeah.
swims. And by the way, I believe, and I've said this before, that I was told this story, but I believe that she's probably being paid.
Don't say she, please. Do not.
I
She has
believe
a
that
rudder.
he's probably being paid.
Come on.
Would
I'm sure.
Would you agree?
Well, I don't. Probably at
agree.
this point
Yeah, I
because
do, too.
because he gets so much
Still,
attention.
how
I'm
much
sure.
How much of a low life would you have to be willing to do that?
Well, I wrote down in my notes that we're experiencing the death of shame. Shame is no longer a
Right.
thing any longer.
Except for us. It's reserved for us. We should be ashamed.
Because we're questioning shiz.
Well, we're going to get to some more of that. But so that's Philadelphia. Bucknell University is in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. And a friend of mine, his friend owns a bar in Lewisburg. And there were some kids from the college came by for kids' 21st birthday. Get their birthday shot, have some drinks and everything. So he's an engaging guy, and he gets into conversation with these kids, and he finds out that one of them is a track athlete at Bucknell. And he said, do you know what they had the nerve to ask me, to offer me? They said, if you'll I have a funny thing to say now that I'm going to say this. Stuck with Tuck. By the way, that's Pat and Tuck's video.
Tune in on Spotify.
Stuck with Tuck. But the reason I brought that up just now is because they told him, essentially, if you will tuck and identify as a woman and run on the women's team, we'll give you a free ride.
See,
a full scholarship.
The school said this.
Yes.
God, that's so embarrassing, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
They offered him a scholarship to identify as a woman.
See,
and run on
that
the
is disgusting.
What's the goal?
It's all division and everything, but I can't get the ultimate goal of this one.
The goal is to divide and conquer and to break up the nuclear family. And I mean, it probably is broader than that. I just can't even see above that. But
Greg, in your circle, do you find do most people think like you, or are you an outcast?
No, I'm not an outcast.
I mean, you have a pretty big circle of conservative friends, right?
Yeah, I do. And, it's weird. I was sending videos. I forget what I sent. I sent it to Kellie. I sent it to a whole bunch of people. And I accidentally sent it to the wrong mic. And, of course, he's a Democrat. Oh, I know what it was. It was about the U.S. convoy. And he replies back, no thanks. And I'm like, oh, my God, I sent it to the wrong person. So what's really funny, and it's really sad, is these Democrats are really stupid, and they'll believe anything. I mean, so I said, oh, I got hacked again, and sorry, what happened? Oh, I'm so sorry. No problem, no worries, and that was it. So.
Oh, my gosh.
But, I mean, in my circle, there are some of us, we talk about this sports thing. It's just crazy, but the other friends that are Democrats, I couldn't even say anything because they'll just, who knows, throw something at me. I don't know.
Do you feel like the LGBTQ and then whatever
don't
they've
forget
turned
the
it into now,
SIA2 community?
Do you feel like that whole thing's being hijacked for their political gain?
Yeah, and then there's also that other stuff that he and she and
Jim.
all that, and then it's like everyone's being programmed as little programs in a computer world, Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
Yeah.
They don't identify themselves of anything. They're more or less a number one or two, or do you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's
my daughter-in-law's boss has a 14-year-old partner boss. They're somewhere close to that area. Has a 14-year-old daughter, and she says half of her friends, half of the kids at her school, nearly half identify like non-binary. They don't identify as male or
binary. Yep.
As male or female.
I think it's it's peer pressure.
Well, and it's being forced down their throat. You know
why? Because the guillotine isn't allowed. That's why.
Right.
There's the solution.
You start chopping some heads off, and when heads roll, things change.
Oh, I thought you were talking about penises.
Yeah, Faja for president.
I was concerned with you pull out the guillotine there, and you shouldn't even start me on that. You shouldn't even open the door of having that kind of.
It's locked, dude.
We're trapped. We're trapped in here. Hopefully, there's no fire. No.
What?
Oh, there's no keyhole? Oh, okay.
Oh, you got to pee?
Somebody didn't use the restroom before they got on camera.
It's over there on the table. It's the not round key. Just hang on a second. We've got to unlock the studio door so Pat can pee.
He's as bad as Dave Landau on Steven Crowder. He always has to go to the restroom.
Can you fill that jar on the table there? Can you? That.
Thank you. Put it back where you found it.
Yes, sir. What, my wiener?
I'm telling you, this show's going downhill.
That's what happens whenever it goes off at 3
You know what? I
instead
tried to make a change and put on a nice shirt and,
make it more respectable.
I took a freaking shower today.
Okay.
What is the dress shirt about anyway?
He's getting inducted tonight.
Into the...
So here's the deal. So I'm being initiated into the Elks Club, the Royal Order of the Elks, tonight.
Oh my!
On
Was that what
Pensacola and being who I am, they're also inducting me into the Elks Hall of Fame at right after I get initiated as a new Elk member.
Todd, are you going to be videoing this?
No,
No, that shit's hey, it's serious up there. They take tonight's part is serious.
It might be like the Masons, It might be some secret ceremony.
Wow,
I don't know.
Secret.
Well, you know what? It is a little bit. You know what? So part of the oath is.
Do you have to kill a goat or anything?
Part of the oath. I mean, like we say the Pledge of Allegiance for every meeting. They started the not the initiation, but the. I can't.
The human sacrifice.
the orientation with prayer. So. But I suppose the Masons might do that kind of fake stuff too.
Is there going to be any blood involved? That's all I want to know.
Well, originally they said early in the orientation on Tuesday night that animals wouldn't be involved in the initiation ceremony.
They didn't ask if you were squeamish or anything.
No.
Okay.
And children aren't allowed either, so.
Well.
Possibly it's just young women being sacrificed.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah, so that's what's happening. And I wanted to get ready to go so I could go from here to the Elks Club.
Good idea.
Just put on a tie. I mean, we're talking coat and tie. Come on now.
At the Elks?
Yeah.
These are beach people.
Dude, for the initiation.
Do they spank you or what the heck?
Pat wasn't invited.
So you go to the bathroom, you go play with your wiener.
Well, I have the bladder of a gerbil. I'm really sorry about that. No, I don't want to be an elk. I don't want to be a part of anything, frankly. I just want to live in my bunker and eat beans and rice. That's where I'm at.
They're the second largest philanthropic organization in the United States behind the government.
Beans?
Help! Stay with us, Pat.
I'm just trying to make fun of James.
He knows what I mean.
Yeah, because, I just picture him in a freaking elk hat now.
Yeah, Todd asked me that. It's like, are you going to have to wear like a buffalo head or an elk head or something like that?
Do you have one of those little stupid cone heads with the fez on it?
Then I'm going to the Capitol, and I'm going to insurrect that bitch.
Dude, they will follow you and throw you in jail for the rest of your freaking life without charges. That's a great idea. I'm the new host.
They're still sporting that shit.
I know, it's amazing.
I know.
What do we want to talk about next? Do you want to go to you want to talk Ketanji for a second?
I would love to. She is special. And again, just put her on there, let's move along.
Ketanji, Black Justice.
No!
What are you going to do to stop it, Kelly? We don't have the Senate. We don't have the votes.
Get through to
they
Mitch
need
McConnell's
60.
office, and obviously everybody's calling his office because you can't get through.
And it doesn't matter, though. They've got the votes, and we've got a bunch of Mitt Romneys hanging around our side of the party that aren't going to freaking hold her back.
Was that like a cue for me?
Does Illinois have any Republican senators?
Does Illinois have any Republicans other than Greg?
My husband.
Okay,
Cliff.
cool. Cliff and Greg. So we're up to 2.
Where the hell's Cliff?
No, there's actually quite a few Republicans on my street. Quite a few, and it's pretty impressive.
Well, actually, you're right, because when you really look at the map, there's just little blue stains across the map, and it's all the big metropolitan areas where It's probably the worst areas in all these states, and they're all blue. It's like, how the hell do you guys keep doing this?
Well, the reason that they're the worst areas is because the white people screw it up.
Oh, well, that's a good point. I never thought of that.
Old white people.
I'm not even sure
You
if
know
that's.
what?
I'm not even sure if that's racist or not, but it's got to be.
Here, you know what? So I got a hard time from a few people, but my birthday was 2 weeks ago.
Last Tuesday.
2 weeks ago? Last week. It was last Tuesday. And
I said that.
I'm sorry, hon. And so my daughter took me to see Batman, and a few people said it's a woke. They got a bunch of woke parts, and I didn't feel. I'm pretty triggered by the woke ideology, right? And so I didn't think that that it was bad, but
Really?
did you see it?
No, I won't go to the movies and see that crap.
So I didn't think it was bad, and but there was one part where he said something about privileged elite white people, and I thought about it for a second, and my instant reaction was, "Fuck you, Batman."
Get up and walk out.
But when you think about it, you tell me if I'm wrong, okay? It is elite, privileged white people that are pulling this shit off.
Oh yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Pronounced libtard.
We're being blanketed. We're getting blanket coverage for what they do.
It's white
thrown
guilt.
on us, right? But it is.
That's just mean, Kenny.
The Bidens, the Clintons, the Pelosi's, the Schumers. That's who those people are, the people doing what the social justice warriors, which I think is horseshit, are bitching about.
Well,
would you disagree with that?
Don't know who you're talking to.
Anyone.
I think social justice in and of itself is retarded.
Which is what I said.
Yeah.
But would you agree that it is?
Yes.
It is this elite class of white people, essentially, that are running this sham on them.
But I don't even think it's. I think it's all intentional. I think.
100. They're right.
They're keeping it shallow, but their goal is a lot deeper. Is my point.
It's not rich. It's not old white men. It's those old white men.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, Kelly?
Yep.
That's who's running our country, and they say they hate them. Why do they keep electing them?
So I'm saying, right, I agree. All I'm saying is they have a point when they talk about white privilege, they have a point, but it's a minority where that is happening.
Oh, totally.
Right.
And
all the elites.
And if they got everything that they wanted, they would still never be happy.
You know what my boss said to me this morning? He said, I believe that being poor is an advantage.
I can't argue with that.
In life.
What?
You want to know what pissed me off today?
That being poor to start with, being poor at some point or whatever is an advantage. Because if you're wealthy to start with, what's your motivation to get out of your comfort zone, to go out?
Yes. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I agree
When
with
you're
that.
poor, you're motivated.
Well, and when you
Right.
become a billionaire, you feel your own guilt inside and that you feel you have to change the world because the world gave you so much. And so the only way to do that is with all these liberal causes that never fix anything. But I believe when you get to the megalomaniac days of billionairedom, that you feel you owe something. Like, look at Bill Gates. Look at how much he's effed up since he retired from Microsoft. I mean, I think couldn't do any
Got too
more.
much time on his hands.
Yeah, and he feels guilty because he can't spend his money fast enough, even if he's giving it away every day.
You think he feels guilty?
I think that's why he does what he does. I mean, it's to give back, but I mean, I think there's.
Why do you think he kills people?
I think there's white guilt in that because he believes completely in overpopulation. He believes in population control. And I think that has a lot to do with this vaccination stuff, and he's been involved in
He feels
every...
guilty that he let the world get too populated?
I feel he feels guilty for acquiring so much wealth, and he has to do something now. I believe every elitist feels there's population issues and that we're overpopulated.
I can't tie those together in my head.
Well, to me, it's just I haven't been a megalomaniac yet. I hope to be one someday. But I believe when you get to that amount of wealth, you need a purpose. You know, you've already made your money, you've already built your company, you've already built your empire, so now you need a new purpose. Be it climate change, be it disease control, clean up the oceans. Gates has been involved in all that stuff.
Why is it always all depressive or divisive, oppressive, maniacal causes?
He's going to fix everything. The only way to fix it is for less of you and more of him. The plebes need to get out of his way and stop using all the natural resources so he can tell us where they need to be deployed, which is obviously the underprivileged and the poor, as you call them. But I heard a statement this morning that really pisses me off. People living on a fixed income. Are you living on a fixed income, Jim? Because I know I'm living on a fixed income. I don't know what that means. I guess that means government fixes your income. But don't we all live on a fixed income?
No.
No, you probably get massive commissions. I mean, obviously, look at the clothes you're wearing. That's some Hilfiger stuff right there.
Oh.
I bet Pat sits when he pees. Somebody commented that they bet Pat sits when he pees.
Well, only when I'm wasted.
Like I was last week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble keeping up with the Patriot TV
Chat.
chat. Yeah, Kenny.
Yeah, well, Kenny's good. We are raising a shit ton of dumbasses, and that couldn't be any truer. And we as the Department of Education said not that long ago, we've had your kids for 40 years. You know, that's 2 generations of our kids, and they're...
That's true.
Did you see he says you sit when you pee?
I did, and I do when I'm wasted. I already commented on that. But not just now. I had to piss fast because Faja was giving me that glare that I'm ruining his show. So I didn't even make it to the bathroom. You walk outside this hallway, it's like 95 degrees. It's like a freaking nursing home in here. So I just went next to the paper cutter.
Oh, nice. Nice.
You didn't cut anything off, did you?
No, it was good.
That'd be a.
I pissed in the trash can like a man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this could go downhill fast.
Yeah, did we get to KBJ yet?
So she doesn't. I was listening. She doesn't. She's not aware. Everything she answers, KBJ, Ketanji Black Justice nominee, is evasive.
No, they go to
There's
school
no
for
answer.
this.
No, she doesn't answer. There's no answer. I can't answer that.
They go to school for this thing. How
I'm not a biologist, so I can't answer that.
They all answer. All those. All the liberal nominees to things answer. Thank you, Senator, for your question.
So they can kill
I'm
time.
on the board. I don't know. Do you believe that CRT is taught at your school? I'm on the board. I don't know. You're on the board.
We don't make those decisions. She said we don't make those decisions.
You're on the board of the school and you don't know. How does that work?
It's so easy. Just say nothing for 4 freaking days. That is a skill. I mean, that is a learned skill.
Well, that is what they've told her to do. She is not supposed to answer anything.
Oh, well, I know, because that would stick her to
it. If she answers, they'll hold it against her.
What is air? I'm really not sure. I'm not an aerologist.
She said she doesn't know if CRT is taught.
She knows.
However, she gave a speech at the University of Michigan Law School praising the 1619 Project.
Go Big Blue.
However, she did say in a statement at one time that sentencing may include CRT consideration.
I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm still figuring out the whole woman thing. She goes, I'm not a biologist. Well, then my follow-up would be, what's a biologist? And what does biology have to do with this man-woman thing you can't answer?
You evade. So eloquently evade.
Yes.
Eloquently
How-
evade.
What is life and what is a woman? I mean, really?
What is a woman?
What questions has she answered?
Wait a minute. The bottom line to that is she only got nominated because she is a woman.
Allegedly.
She does not know
How
what a
dare
woman
you?
is.
You don't know
her.
how she identifies.
You don't know her pronouns, Kelly. You racist or
Well,
sexist?
I'm sorry,
I mean,
but that's
bigot.
what President Biden said. He was nominating her because she was a black or a woman
Right.
of color.
no,
Yep.
she said black. He said black
You're
this
right.
time.
He did say
Kamala
that.
was a woman of color because she's Jamaican and Indian. We have to get our.
Dot or feather.
I don't even get that, but I know
Not.
it's funny.
Not
Oh, dot or feather. I got it. I always go woo woo woo. Or
Oh,
sorry,
you are.
I can't help it.
Asian or American.
It's my privilege.
Could you be a little more sensitive like I am?
You just said feather.
I know that is much more.
Dot or feather is better than woo woo.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's take a vote.
Well, you're bigger.
You know what? I don't like. I changed my mind. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
exactly.
always lose on these things, no matter if I'm right or wrong, because it's. I don't know what it is.
Voting doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to take it.
Right?
I used to think this is the only power we had. You know, every whatever
Just
2 years,
enter it
just
right
to
here,
vote.
my little Dominion handheld.
Okay, I'm going to
voting
vote right here. What was, I forgot the question. Faja is racist. Is more racist.
Miss Brown Jackson, could you tell us when does life begin?
Well, depends on the definition of life, Jim.
Faja is more racist.
Kelly must have got another phone call. There we go.
Yes, I am about over all these people calling me because I've got it on Do Not Disturb.
You're kind of a big deal.
Hey,
So I'm supposed to be meeting Jeff Lean for dinner tonight, and he said he's listening. He said,
I saw
"Tell me when he gets done."
I saw that he was.
I didn't see him on here. How are you seeing these people?
I
Oh,
saw
because
him.
you're special? Oh my God, I didn't even wear my Play Harder, I think it's radio now, isn't it? Yeah, Play Harder radio shirt I just got. Dang it.
So before we move, I just saw that Jody Larson, Jody Spear Larson, who was on a couple months ago talking about her trip to Europe, seeing all the World War II battle sites with her grandfather, who's a World War II vet. So
Wow.
she just said that about 12 hours ago there was a memorial unveiled in Wessel, Germany for the 194th 17th Airborne.
That's so awesome.
oh,
She said that in Germany, Greg, I don't know if you ever saw any of those shows, but she said in the American pride over there, Americanism over there, is just unbelievable.
They're putting up monuments, we're taking them down.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Wow.
That's kind of fun.
that's a good point. They're putting them up, we're taking them down.
I mean, I guess we just want to be, well, vanilla's probably racist too, isn't it?
What'd you say?
Sorry, chocolate. You're probably, you're probably Neapolitan.
Neapolitan. Wait a minute.
Wasn't that a war in Germany? No, that was a different thing.
Chocolate, vanilla, and
Strawberry.
strawberry.
You didn't even know that? That's racist.
What? I knew what it is. I just don't know why you're associating me with pink.
Well, you just said I peed when I sit down, or I sit
I
down to
didn't.
pee.
Somebody else did.
Well, you confirmed it. That's kind of rude. And why do I look like a villain in my avatar? And why does Kenny look so cool? He looks like a biker dude. Do I get to pick my own avatar?
He looks kind of GQ there with
I
that.
got
goatee going on. Mark Calaway commented that according to 5,570 biologists, they came up with the conclusion that life begins at
Death.
conception.
Yes, that's true. What was that on? I can't remember.
Hey, but
See, I could argue at a heartbeat. Conception is actually the true biological definition back when that was a thing.
it was 77 years ago today that Jody's grandfather crash landed in Wessel, Germany.
I mean, he's got to be 97, 98 or something.
He is. Hey, Jody, and by the way, I'm not ignoring Cal. He was in the. How's he doing, Jody? By the way, if you want to send me that in the chat, he was in the hospital here recently. So
We should have him on.
No
sometime
kidding.
On
That's a
Facebook.
great idea.
Or on Zoom.
absolutely. Where were we at?
Kelly was about to chime in on something. I don't remember about life beginning. I think.
Oh yeah, it can. Yeah,
It was on a video where they all these biologists confirmed that life begins at conception. So if you want to go with the science and go with the biology, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
science. That was back when science
I know
wasn't
where it
opinion
was.
based.
It was our pastor. It was our pastor did a
Oh, well, that
thing
doesn't
on
count.
abortion last week.
Yeah, that you just blew that one. It's all about consensus now, and those are the things that pissed me off. They were showing the whole Hunter Biden laptop, and they had a page on the New Yorker cover, the 51 people that were in consensus that it was all Russian disinformation.
Yeah,
it's all
the-
a bunch
the-
of white old men, basically. And
I saw that.
none of them
The
have taken it
intelligence
back. Yeah, and
community.
that's what we've come to. Is same with the freaking Russian dossier and all this.
They will never apologize.
17,
Ever.
17 agencies confirmed that they don't believe me.
they're doubling down.
No, yes.
Do you realize how many people
I'd
have
like
a
to
copy of
slap
that
the
thing?
living shit out of Brennan and
Hey.
Clapper.
Oh, I know, me too.
And then
That reminds me.
and then Jim
Did you go
Comey.
follow? Did you go follow that account on Twitter that I sent you? That the guy's posting all those pictures.
No. Oh yeah,
Oh my!
yeah, I did.
They are out there.
So I finished the laptop from hell the other day, and I couldn't read that thing fast enough or have somebody read it to me fast enough. But so many people have full copies of that hard drive. It was
Yes.
it was $75 that the crackhead didn't pay that caused all of this stuff. $75. I don't know. I don't even. You can't even get a Cervantes hooker for $75, and this guy's buying the best of the best, and he left his laptop for $75. Actually, it was multiple.
Well, I
it was
mean,
multiple.
fate. It was really.
It really was, but it was actually multiple. He left like 4 computers there, and then never went back to pick them up.
He
And that guy's worried for his life because he's up in
Yes,
Maryland
he
or
is.
something.
That's
Yeah.
what I was just getting ready to say.
he's in Maryland.
I
Well, it's a good thing he
think
wasn't
so.
just born, because he might be left on a table for 28 days while they're deciding if he gets to live or not.
And why is it 28 days? Why not 18 years? Why draw the line so young?
So what I'm thinking is that if you have a kid
No thanks.
and you're like 2-3 years in and that kid is just a shit, I mean, will not mind. I mean, what if it has ADD or something? I think you can just
See, I got to say I'm not against
Turn out
that.
the
but
lights.
I would have been killed at probably 12 to 18 if my parents made it to 18.
My mom would have had to fight my dad, but my dad would have chopped our heads off early.
Yeah, the guillotine. I kind of support your revival of the guillotine.
Right?
It's very quick. But yeah, that's just insane. I take the sarcastic approach because what is 28 days? Why is it not 10? Why is it not 500?
I don't know
Yeah,
why
I
Tuck thinks
haven't
this
heard
show's
you. I haven't
fractured.
heard the rationale on that.
What's that, Mr. Jim?
I don't know why Tuck thinks that this show is fractured and that's hard to follow.
Well, he doesn't have the longest attention span.
We were talking about,
Well, we were at
No, I
life
love it.
beginning. We were at life beginning.
but you know what? This is kind of the way. Isn't this the way regular conversation goes when you're just sitting around having cocktails and stuff?
Squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. Squirrel is how I live.
Yeah. Who said squirrel?
The
Todd?
biggest squirrel wins. But actually, we've stayed fairly on topic. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't
so,
help but jump around. That's
So
how
yeah.
my line
So
works.
she can't answer question. Won't answer question. She does not. Of course, I'm a racist, but she doesn't appear intelligent to me.
No. But again, who cares? She is on the Supreme Court. You might as well just check that box, move along. And then for the rest of our lives, just like Sonia Sotomayor and all these other total whack jobs that are on the bench, all the questions she hasn't answered are all going to come back at some point, and we're all going to say, had she only answered what a woman was, she probably wouldn't be judging this way.
Just
You know what? You know what? This is how you know that they are the epitome of divisiveness, and that is their MO. The division is their MO. All he had to do was say, "We're going to find the best. What I feel like is the best. What we feel like is the best person for the job."
That's so dumb.
That's all they would have to say.
So shallow.
And then they could go out and pick Ketanji Black Justice to
I will never get that out of my mind.
to be their nominee, right?
Right.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have won if that was the criteria.
But they're trying
Yeah, but they
to
don't- you don't-
appease all of the liberal special interest groups.
What happens when we run out of the firsts?
But they can pander to them with their choice.
How many Asians are on the court? Don't you think an Asian would be important?
They should be pissed.
There's more percentage of
Alito.
Asians than there are. Alito's an Asian? He's a cracker.
At least it's not Hillary. Imagine if she was on the court.
Well, see, my biggest fear in the world was they were going to put Obama on the court because, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
There's not room for Hillary's knees on the court.
Well, and that's beneath her because she's obviously supposed to
knees
be
are
president. And her cankles.
Oof.
And she said she's not running. Do you believe that, Jim?
They're just going to put her in.
So here's my theory: is they're getting rid of Joe because they're going to indict Hunter, they're going to impeach Joe, and it's going to be Kamalama Ding Dong. And then,
Oh God.
I mean, that's just how I see this working out right now. Because why all of a sudden is Hunter's laptop coming back into the news?
Well,
Not
they
coming
need a
back,
diversion.
entering the news.
They need a diversion.
For-
Another diversion.
You can only divert so much. I mean, that's what I
Well,
thought.
why is it coming back?
I thought whatever her name is, Kamaji Black Judge. I thought that was the diversion.
Ketanji.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They have a lot of diversions, I think.
I agree. Todd, what were
Everything
you
is.
saying before we interrupted you? Todgy wanted to jump in.
No, I'm fine.
Let's go to Kelly. What do you want to go to?
What's
Your
these
choice.
nursing videos you've
Well,
got?
we can talk about the $3 billion that Pfizer paid the FDA for to grant fast track approval for their shot.
Figure.
Is there anything out there that tells us how much they make per shot or how much they make per
I
bit?
don't know, but think about that. If they paid $3 billion, how much did they foresee that they were going to make?
Oh, I know. It's incredible, and that's why they're going for more. Soon they'll be sticking them in the womb.
So what did that $3 billion? Where did that $3 billion go?
Hillary.
It went into the bank account of the FDA,
Somehow got to Fauci.
probably.
I mean, we're just such a corrupt. I mean, everyone's corrupt, really. It's not just our nation because it's all over the place. I mean, Hunter's has everybody that's at war right now. Hunter has bilked already. They're probably just pissed about that. But I mean, we as a nation are so freaking corrupt.
Yes.
I think I'm voting for socialism next time, just so we
It's
don't get to
everywhere.
communism
It's
as
top
fast.
to bottom. It is top to bottom.
That makes sense.
I mean, our DAs are being paid by George Soros, so,
Right.
I get a check from him every month. I mean, goodness. Don't.
Yeah, I think I'm on Faja's side. I want to be poor and a criminal because I think they've got it, and maybe Mexican, a poor Mexican criminal, and I think
They're
I got
more
life by the balls.
They're more honest.
Or by the vulva. I'm not sure which one helps me more.
Volvo. They're the safest cars.
Crash tested.
Crash test Volvo.
Yes. Sorry, I
Have you crash tested your Volvo lately?
I just took your show off the road.
The other thing that you wanted to talk about was that Glenn Beck show from yesterday.
Yeah. The
I mean, that's
ESG.
super scary. Did I send you that, Greg?
What was it?
That Glenn Beck about the cryptocurrency?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll send it to you when we get done here.
The
It's scary.
Tell us your version first, Kelly, because I got a lot to say about this.
I sent Todd a small clip to play about it where he explains it.
Did you now?
Yes, I did. No, I'm sorry. I sent it in an email. But that's probably one of the ones that went in the trash.
It
so
says Glenn Beck.
It says Glenn Beck, yes.
Okay, I'll have to go digging around in the trash here.
It should be recent. It was the
Yeah,
most recent.
yeah, I see it. So what portion of this did you want to play, Kelly? The whole thing?
Well, it's only
it's 48 minutes long.
Short clip.
48 minutes.
It's a short clip.
Oh, it is.
You sent me the whole thing, so it's 48 minutes long.
Oh no, I sent. Then after that, I sent a very small clip.
We want
I
the
don't
small
see
clip.
that one.
I just read The Great Reset,
Because
Kelly.
it went in the trash.
I just read The Great Reset, and I bought the book when it first came out, and I did it on Kindle. So then the next day, I read it in like 2 days. The next day, I ordered the hardcover from Amazon. In one day, Glenn Beck sold 250,000 copies, and they were sold out
That's
for like
awesome.
2.5 months. So I just this week, like 2 days ago, got the hard copy I ordered from my boss. So when I read it, I mean, I believe Glenn Beck, is kind of cutting edge and prophetic in some ways, but it was conspiracy theory to everyone else, and I read it, with a little bit of skepticism. Since the time I ordered the book in February, some of this stuff is already coming true at such a breakneck pace. It is frightening how fast we're doing this.
Yes.
And that's why I think they crave these crises so they can make us beg for it. They want us to beg for cryptocurrency and digital dollars and all the other stuff that he was talking about.
Wow.
Because I think we're going to go through a big shitstorm, and I think I mentioned this last time I was on the show. But
He said that, yeah.
yeah, we get 12% of our grain and wheat from Ukraine and Russia. We get a bunch of our fertilizer from those two places. Propane is needed to make the fertilizer, which propane is like doubled at least. Fertilizer's gone up 300%. All these farmers, even American farmers, are saying their yield is going to be like 40% in corn this year because of the price of fertilizer. They can't make any money doing it. So, I mean, we are about to go through a shit spiral. Gold is going to skyrocket. Silver is going to skyrocket. The dollar is going to crash, and one day we're going to wake up and they're going to have switched over to the digital dollar because it's the only way they're going to be able to make this work. And then once they get to the digital dollar, this whole ESG stuff, which is environment, social,
that's what he talks about.
yeah, social justice and governance, you're going to have a score, and you're going to have a social score based on your social media and the websites you visit and the fact that you're on Jim's podcast. All this is going to be ranked against you, and it's going to affect your banking. It's going to affect what you can buy. And then once they go to the digital dollar, who's to say they can't just stop you from filling your gas tank because your car's too big?
They can.
We're not
They
going to get
will
that
be
far.
able to.
Because you're going to stand up and make a difference?
Because we're going to stand up and make a difference.
All 5 of us?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's how it
You
feels.
go suck your dick. I'm not.
I'm not sucking a dick. I'm going in my bomb shelter with beans and rice and shutting the door.
I'm sorry that small clip didn't go through, but what he was just talking about starts at 34.5 minutes into that video. But I mean, basically, Pat just summed it up. So
I would love to hear it because Glenn Beck's awesome. I mean, I listen to him every single morning now. I took a couple of years off.
and the thing is, you can't say he's some right-wing whack job because everything he's talked about in the past is now coming true. Just like Alex Jones, who everybody said was a whack job conspiracy theorist. Well, whatever. How come everything that he's ever said is coming true?
Then it's totally true. And I think...
And they both use the government white papers and, all this government stuff.
Documents.
That is published and you're able to get your hands on.
Yeah, you go to what's the World Economic Forum? Go to their website, and it's all they tell you. It just says it. They used to hide it. Now they don't even hide it. And even Biden slipped up the other day, shockingly enough, and said there's a new world order coming. And I mean, just for him to say that is scary as crap. He had that was his first coherent thought.
Well, isn't that the one?
Proves,
Isn't that the one that was told to him by in a secure meeting? Wasn't that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Joe. That's old Joe.
In a high-level secure meeting.
So now tell me again, Kelly, where does this thing start with Glenn on here?
34 minutes.
34
and a half minutes. 34 and a half minutes in.
No, so
It
not
says TV.
right now we all have ESG scores. If you've got any investments at all, your 401k, and I mean, I don't even, my brother is a wealth manager, and I have no idea what I'm even invested in, but it's probably every big blue chip company there is, and you're going to get a score based on those companies. If I have $1 in Exxon, that's going to go against me. If I have $10 in solar panels, that's going to go for me. And then everything you post online, every website you read, it's all going to be used against you.
Fuck off. Over.
Okay, well, here's this Glenn Beck stuff.
Of that out. And just hear this message today. This is coming. There is a Cold War coming. It is going to change our currency, which will inflate our money. They will need to come up with a different kind of currency. Let's say Jesus arrives and it's the perfect currency and there's nothing tricky about it. It's still going to affect your life dramatically. If there is a Cold War, I showed you the map a second ago. Think of all of the things that we buy from just India, from Vietnam. There are no places that really even make fabric anymore in America in bulk. Where are we going to get that?
Mr. Pillow.
If Mexico would join this Axis power, how do you think that's going to affect your life? I'll never have avocado toast again.
I love that.
So you don't have to believe in any of it. Just know that a new world order is coming, and that will include a new dollar. And everything will be much, much more expensive. Now, let me give you an acronym. Isn't CBD, isn't that pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do we want to get into all of this, Kelly?
You don't have to. Okay. I mean, it's basically what, I can put the link in the chat. How about that?
Perfect.
Well, he talked
because
about...
everybody needs to watch it.
He said, what if Mexico joins this axis, New World Axis?
Right.
Earlier in the show, he was talking about, it was the climate change, green energy, New Green Deal people versus the oil people. The oil people being Iran, Russia, China, India, I think even, Argentina, Brazil,
Venezuela,
Mexico. I don't know about Venezuela. They got a lot of oil though.
Yeah, that's.
But they're talking about the oil people against the green people that are going to be. That's going to be the. So I don't.
The smart people against the dumb people.
He's talking about they're like Mexico joining the Axis, but.
But no, the oil people know how to play the freaking game. Exxon got involved in green energy 20 years or 10 years ago. It may be 20. I'm old. But, I mean, they started talking about biological fuels, and they put green energy people on their board, and they are presenting themselves as the solution. Because let me just make it very clear. There is no option to fossil fuel. You can put windmills every square inch of the planet, and you cannot fuel this planet. You've got to have it until we have
tried it.
I know. Well, I mean, and then there'll be no birds either.
And so 2 or 3% of their energy comes from solar.
Nuclear is truly the answer, but you've got to have fossil fuels in the meantime. You can't just shut off all the spigots and say, pay more until you buy a Tesla, because Tesla's a coal-fired car. You know, give me a freaking break. These people are idiots, and they're trying to take us down so they can rebuild it in their own image, and they know it. They know that's not electric cars aren't the freaking answer.
Right.
Yeah. Problem is, 90% of the people that watch the news believe what they say. I mean, they just think, oh yeah, we're going to be fine as long as we get rid of fossil fuels and everybody buys a Tesla. They literally believe that that's true. They don't think it through.
That's a fact. Does anybody realize that we're carbon based? If we eliminate all carbon, the Earth dies immediately. I mean, it's pretty simple. If we go carbon neutral and everybody's zero carbon net neutral, we all die. All the plants die, which means we have no oxygen. We die.
Right. That's what.
Right.
I mean,
fuels
I'm oversimplifying this whole thing, but we are carbon-based life forms. I learned that from Star Trek in the 70s.
Did Bones?
But
Was that a Bones thing?
I think it was, yeah. And I also learned how to do that little nerve pinch thing Spock does.
That's so badass,
I know,
right?
it really was. No, I
The
never
what?
got the, I never got the
Vulcan.
I
It's
never
the
got the
Vulcan
mind
nerve
meld. I never got the mind meld that Kirk could
You know
do,
what?
or
Spock
could
was
do,
a
I mean.
badass.
He really was.
Don't fuck
you
with
guys
Spock.
lost me.
Yes, you must be too young, Kelly. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with old man Jim over here.
Mm-hmm.
Who's older than Tucker, by the way.
Yeah,
Stuck with Tuck, Spotify.
I'm always the
New
old
episode
man.
released
I'm
today.
always the old man in the crew. That is the truth. No two ways about it.
So, Kelly, where else did you want to go?
That was the only two things I had, actually.
I believe you had more,
What were
Kelly.
these nurse clips you sent, Kelly?
Oh, that was the 45-minute video of that nurse. Was it not Nurse Jackie? Nurse, whatever her name is.
Jackie.
That dissected only one portion of the 55,000 pages that they released on March 1st. She could only get to one thing. It's so involved.
On March 1st, about what, though?
The 55,000 pages of the Pfizer report.
Oh,
Released.
Okay.
Yeah. And she dove into this one section concerning, what they paid for that fast track approval. And I don't remember whether she talked about all of the injuries and deaths and all that in that video, but Naomi Wolf has a team of like 1,000 people working on the entire 55,000 pages. And she does a brief every single day on Bannon's War Room with an update from the next day update, the next
She
day
got
update.
volunteers? Is that what that is?
Yes, lawyers, numbers crunchers, all kinds of forensic whatevers. They're poring over every single page of that 55,000 pages.
Did you want to play any of these excerpts at all?
You have a 5-minute one.
Is that the blonde, or is that?
Yeah, but she has her hair pulled back. Don't play the 15-second one that I sent you. That's my niece.
Yeah, play that one.
No, don't. She'll kill me.
know what
Okay, well, I'll play this one.
BBIND 19736 was.
Yeah, that's her.
So I did have to look that up. For anyone else who doesn't know what BBIND 19736 is, it is the biological-based investigational new drug. So that is the term in which they have given this vaccine and numbered it, right? It's a new investigational drug, and that is the term that they're using to describe it in their request for approval. Just to be clear on that. Okay. Then it goes on to say, this vaccine was granted fast track designation for individuals 18 years or older on the 7th of July, 2020. The grant fast track designation letter is provided in module 1.7.4. Submission of this BLA as a rolling application was agreed during the teleconference of April 16th, 2021. BioNTech and Pfizer are requesting priority review designation for this BLA. It meets the criteria for priority review designation as outlined in the 2014 Guidance for Industry Expedited Programs for Serious Conditions, Drugs, and Biologics.
Okay, I'm already lost, guys.
Oh, and she scares me. I feel like that's going to be what I listen to in the gas chamber.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
What
But,
is it?
I mean-
Is this a new COVID or is this a changing
No.
sex drug?
No, these are the papers that were filed back in 2021 for Pfizer's to be granted fast track approval to use the Pfizer vaccine.
So
Is this-
2020
Pfizer shot.
or 2019 or 2020 then, right?
It goes back a little ways. You have to watch her face when she's reading the dates because she like gives you these little looks like.
That's what she was given one, and I wasn't
Yeah.
picking up what she was
So-
throwing down.
Yeah, you got to watch the whole 45 minutes and you'll understand. But
I'd kill
she
myself.
goes in-
That explains
Stop
why it was.
it!
That explains why it was going to take 75 years to get the information.
Right. But anyway, she goes into the whole approval process, which is what the document that she, researched and everything. And it just talks about the $3 billion that they paid for the fast track application. And, because they were granting it because it prevents the COVID and there is no other let's see, how did it word? There is no other vaccine to treat the COVID.
Because we're not
So when
letting you
she
use
says that,
ivermectin.
she gives you that look like, yeah, right. Because there's other treatments, just not, a vaccine.
Right.
Well, I did hear a study recently that said ivermectin has been studied and it wasn't the cure-all. Now, maybe with the cocktail that they had it going with, but I heard a trustworthy survey that
But you
it wasn't.
you can't, based on people that I know, and Jim has experienced this, if it cures you, it cures you.
Yeah, I agree. It's the freaking cold.
You know. When you've used it and you feel like you're dying, and in 2 days you feel like you could run a marathon, sorry.
I haven't heard of that study, and
Oh, there's all kinds of studies. All you have to do is go on the NIH website and you'll find them.
I mean the one that said that it's not really a cure-all. That sounds like more propaganda to me, but
Right. I would say yes.
It was on Breitbart, which I trust.
That might be one study, and who knows what parameters they use.
No, and I'm not, believe me, I'm certainly not saying I know anything because I don't. I'm just saying
And
I was surprised to hear that.
There's so much earth-shattering information coming out now about ivermectin curing cancer. It's crazy. And I know of a person that it did cure.
Well, and I certainly wouldn't be surprised if the new Pfizer pill thing has some version of ivermectin in
Right,
it because ivermectin's
right.
patent expired 50 years ago or something like that. So I wouldn't
And
be surprised if they want to
hydroxychloroquine.
just profit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's probably got the Zelensky protocol.
the whatever
serious.
the active ingredient in it
Right.
is, they've tried to duplicate that into other
Right.
products. So
What's the Zelensky
Yeah.
protocol? Isn't he like the Ukrainian president?
No, not Zelensky.
Yes.
Is it Zelensky?
it's Zelensky.
No.
They're both named Zelensky.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
That's
Yeah.
Zelensky, yes.
He was a hydroxychloroquine guy
Okay.
up in New York who had amazing results
The-
with it. The thing
Yeah,
is
the
that everything
protocol-
Trump said was true in the very beginning. And the medical community and the hospital, complex, the American Industrial Medical Complex, killed hundreds of thousands of people.
Do no harm.
That protocol is on aflds.org, Pat, and it's also on thrivetimeshow.com.
No, I've heard nothing negative about hydroxychloroquine, but the ivermectin thing was kind of surprising to me.
Well, it's funny that I think I still have the article on my phone about the province in India that has, I say province, state, what was the name of it? I can't remember, but it's like 200,
Oh, shoot, it's on the tip of my tongue.
230 million people that the WHO put out these kits, and ivermectin was part of that kit, and they basically eradicated it in that state. 230 million people, a place nearly the size of the United States.
Well, if half the world has been vaccinated and everything keeps increasing, are we doing anything right?
You know what? I made I posted a story on Facebook the other day. If your dog had 4 rabies shots and still got rabies, people would be throwing a shit fit.
Well, did you
But
read?
it's people. And so what I put on there was like people would be throwing a fit, but it's just people with this vaccine. So fuck it.
Where did I put it here today? Oh my God, they're saying kill your dog, don't drive as fast, eat lentils. That was their advice.
Oh yeah, that was Bloomberg.
Was it?
Bloomberg. Yeah, you can eat beans and.
Oh my gosh, I wrote it down too, but I don't know where the heck it is.
The guy worth $200 or $300 million is telling you to eat beans.
Yeah, because fixed income people read Bloomberg. Anybody? Do you think anybody that reads Bloomberg knows what a lentil is?
Wasn't that a Barbra Streisand movie?
Yes, it was.
That's Yentl.
That was awesome. That was a great movie.
Speaking of whack jobs.
Oh my gosh, where did I put that?
Yes.
Barbara.
Yeah.
So Newt Gingrich, this is my Kamalama Ding Dong. I know I'm jumping back and doing a playback here. Newt said, Biden may or may not have cognitive decline problems at his age, but at her age, she's just dumb, Gingrich said. And then somebody on Twitter said, I agree with Newt. Kamalama Ding Dong might be the dumbest person to ever serve as vice president of the United States, and that list includes Joe Biden.
I wonder how she spells potato.
I know. That seems so brilliant compared to what we're living through.
Dan Quayle.
Yeah. And you can spell it that way.
Right. Yeah. So they were just, it's.
Oh, I took a picture of it. Is that where it went?
You know what? We're right at our hour and a half mark. We're going to wrap it up.
We are?
Yeah.
Gosh dang it.
We're going to wrap it up.
Okay, here it is. Twitter bashes Bloomberg's advice on how to deal with inflation. Eat beans, take the bus, skip getting chemo for your sick dog.
Yeah, that was classic.
How about if they just give the world half of their wealth instead?
I love that skip.
Okay, Mrs. Obama.
Ooh, burn. Well, I've had a blast. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Greg, thanks for being here.
Thank you. And look, I didn't say the F-bomb today.
That's amazing. We're going to send you a couple
very
Bitcoin.
Disappointed.
We're going to send you some money back because we.
But wait a minute, we do need to clear something up because Jim keeps saying that this cuss jar goes to his Hawaiian vacation. It does not. It goes to charity, which he is not.
Which is
Wait a minute. Time out. This sounds to me like somebody taking charge of something, one person taking charge of something and deciding how something's going to be for 4 people.
My charity is eat more poi.
The test jar was my idea to get you guys to calm down and to give it to charity.
It worked. We were so calm tonight. How were we, Kelly? Were we calm?
Yes, you guys were very good.
And you should have seen Jim before the show started. He was ready to fight everybody.
Why?
Well, one of the things is I saw that Can't Understand Normal Thinking Anna Navarro on that Glenn Beck video.
Can't understand normal thinking.
Can't Understand Normal Thinking Anna Navarro from CNN. Do you know who I mean,
Oh,
Greg?
okay, I don't know her.
Yeah, Miss Skip a Meal, Anna. And look at some old pictures and skip a meal.
Oh my gosh.
Send us your lentils, Anna.
Yeah, speaking of, mix in a salad. The nervous, just everybody trying to. God, she's one of the worst.
God, there's so many though. I mean, how do you narrow it
I don't
down?
think I know who she is.
Are we trying to end this right on time? because we're getting ready.
We actually have 2 hours, but we're going to cut it off here. We
Okay.
actually have 2 hours this afternoon, but we're going to cut it off so that we can wrap this up. We got to get it downloaded and sent over to the boys at the patriottv.live.com studios.
And then you'll have your horns next week.
I was
right?
just gonna say congratulations.
I'll have my antlers.
Congrats.
Your antlers.
Is that what
I'm
it
not
is?
joining no. It's not.
It's not buffalo?
It's the elk.
Do you get a little bumper car or something too?
Let me tell you this: I ain't just a cow elk either. I'm a bull elk.
Yes, you are, Jim.
So you'll have your L cat on next week?
We don't get hats.
But you should.
You should start that trend.
I know.
After tonight's sport coat and tie, it's back to shorts
You're
and
wearing a
flip-flops.
coat too.
Yeah.
You've got-
Does
right.
everybody else at this event? Is it just?
Let me tell you something.
He does
Greg
have
will be
pants on.
impressed. This coat has patches on the elbows. This
How many
jacket has
people are?
patches
That's
on the
so
elbows.
1994. How many people get initiated at one time?
I think that there's going to be about 15 in each. They actually had 2 nights of initiation this time.
Whoa. So
Right.
there's a lot of new elks. So you're not even going to be able to get to the bar to get your cheap
There's
drinks.
only one dude. Yeah, right?
Shannon's the bartender out there. We love her. You should love her
Do you
too.
know who Heather is?
I know a couple Heathers, yes. Heather's
Not He-
Shannon's friend.
Must be the same one.
I don't know that. There's 2 Heathers that are Shannon's friends, actually, but
Oh, God.
you and Shannon would be great together. Check
Probably
that out.
not.
Well, I know everything and you don't.
Yeah, a lot of people. in
Nana,
my life
nana,
think that-
boo, boo.
There's a lot of. I've had several people in my life that feel that way. Anybody else relate? Not Kelly, because she does know everything.
Oh, so I gotta compete with her.
She was threatening me earlier this week.
About?
She said if I was there, I'd be whipping your ass. She said if I was there, we'd be calling 911. And I said because you're unconscious. And she said, and that just started a shitstorm of threats that she was going to throw down on me.
Can we virtually arm wrestle or something? Do rock, paper, scissors?
If she comes down here like she's threatening, I'm whipping her ass the first day.
Oh, I still got to send you my frequent flyer miles. That's right. Oh,
I know how to hit you
Oh,
too,
that's
so you don't
true.
bruise.
I'm still waiting.
My wife just sent a request in for me to do that for her too. She's going on a woman's church trip. It's like, she goes, and I gotta have first class. How did she say it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're going first class! Exclamation point.
Nice.
I know. I'm not.
Well, if you have 250,000 miles, she can definitely fly first class.
Yes. Well, I get a free one every year too, so I can't even use my miles.
Wow.
Nice. Listen, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you next
Yeah,
week.
thank you.
We'll see how the results
Peace out.
look.
Thanks,
What's
guys.
the afternoon show like for everybody? Is it a good
I don't
thing?
know. I don't think I like it. It's just no. I don't think I like it as well.
Okay.
I can do anything as long as it's scheduled. I just got to know it a couple days, 3 days in advance.
And I'm usually still working right now, so I
Oh
would
yeah,
be,
that's a
would be a
that
big-
is a thing.
that's
Yeah.
why I've said you should do Saturday. But
Ooh.
you know,
Yeah,
Can we do it right in the middle of the day so it screws up the whole weekend?
I got plans.
No.
Hell no.
Like 2 o'clock,
No. No.
right when I'm
Greg,
about ready to
no.
get my drink on,
Yeah, no.
my day
No.
I'm
day
out.
drink on.
I
All
can
right,
do
hey,
nights.
Kelly, I love you. Thank you.
Yes.
Greg, love you. Thank you. Pat, love you. Thank you. Todd, thanks. And love you too.
See you
Just
guys.
kidding.
Have a fun time tonight.
We'll see you next week on Play Harder Radio. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.